How's it going, everyone? It's me, Whiplashthesnake, bringing you another life story video, and, well, I couldn't really think of a game to go with this one, so, I just brought back another game that I played a while back, and you guys seemed to enjoy when I played this, so, yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy. This one takes place a few months back. I mean, I was still working at my current job, which is at a pizza place, delivering pizzas. But this does take place at a different store, and to know a little bit, this area that is delivered in, it's one of the worst areas in the entire place that I live. I mean, this was, well, not really the ghetto, but a pretty bad part of Arizona, so it's not the place you want to be delivering, especially late at night when this story takes place, so we'll just get into this. Alright, so I had just been transferred to another store, they had taken me on, and I only worked there for about a month, I believe, and out of that month, I probably only worked there about 8 days, because, at this time, I was switching between 3 different stores in the entire area, and this one was the furthest away from my home, so I didn't really enjoy working there too much because I would have to leave about 45 minutes in advance just to get there. And although I only worked there, like I said, 8 days out of this entire month, this store probably gave me as many stories as my entire high school experience. Let me tell you, it was crazy event after crazy event working there. It was seriously strange there. But so, let's just get into it. I go out on this run like I normally would. It's about 10 o'clock at night at this point, It's nearing the end of my shift. I'm just ready to get out of there. I'm driving to this person's house. I don't remember where it was. It was in a nicer neighborhood than a lot of the other neighborhoods that you could deliver to. So, I didn't really think much of it. It was a pretty good neighborhood, so I get driving into there. I'm driving by, and I get to the street where I'm supposed to be delivering. And as I'm driving down this neighborhood street, I notice something walking around in the front yard of one of these houses, and I didn't really think much of it at first, but then when I got near, I saw that it was 2 large German shepherds just hanging out in the front yard of someone's house. And so, I kind of stop and look at them as they're just, grazing in the front yard of this house, and I see that next to the house that they're in front of, the gate is wide open, so I'm like, oh shit, someone let their dogs out to the bathroom probably at night, and they walked out the gate because they forgot to close it. So, I just sat there and kind of looked for a second, and I'm like, alright, these dogs look friendly enough, so I'm just gonna, get out of my car and ring the doorbell of their house and, try and get them to get their dogs back in, which I realize is a complete bonehead decision, but being a delivery driver, you can't be afraid of dogs. Like, you have to not have a fear of them. Like, you can't care if a dog's barking at you when you're at a door, because if you do, you're not going to last as a delivery driver very long at all. I mean, you gotta be willing to get barked at by dogs and have dogs jump at you and sniff at you. It's just a package with the job. It's what you have to expect when you go to normal people's houses. I've even been attacked by a cat. It's great. But yeah, so I get out of the car and I'm walking towards this person's house, and as I'm doing so, the dogs are just like staring at me. And, I get, like, halfway through the yard, and one of them starts to growl. So, I just, like, stare at them for a while, I'm walking slower because, don't want to spook them out too much. And as soon as I take, like, 5 more steps, they start sprinting at me, barking, because, I got too close to their house. And I was like, oh shit, so I turned back around and started sprinting to my car, and, they're following me the entire way, just barking as loud as they possibly could. I jumped back in my car, like I didn't even sit in it. I completely jumped through the fucking door and then closed it and locked it behind me, and meanwhile both these dogs are barking just outside my door and in front of my car, just like completely boxing me in. And so I'm just sitting inside this car, just like, okay, what do I do? If I try and pull away, they're probably gonna follow me, and if I try it and do it now, I mean, I'm gonna run over this dog that's sitting right in front of my car, yelling at me. And the worst part was, it was late at night. It was 10 o'clock at night. People are sleeping, These dogs are barking as loud as they can. I'm I'm trapped in my car. I don't even have the number to this house that I'm in front of that these dogs belong to, because I'm delivering to another house which was like 5 houses down from the one that I'm delivering to. And so I sit there for about 2 minutes, you know, just listening to these dogs bark at my car, and they're sitting there not leaving. They didn't want to leave. They're like, you are going to get out of here. And I'm like, I can't, bro. You're sitting in front of my car, and I want you to chase off. But so it got so long that I was sitting there that I was just like, fuck it. And so I just lay on the horn, just like immediately put my hand on the horn and don't let go of it. And so this probably woke up the entire neighborhood, and I'm probably an asshole for doing this. But eventually, the owner of the house that I was in front of stepped out and saw both of his dogs barking at my car. And he's like, get back in here! And the dogs stop for a second, look at him, look back at me, and then just like run back to the house and go back inside. And I just roll down the window and I'm like, thank you! By the way, your gate's open and stuff. And he said, oh, okay. And goes and closes gate, and you know, I continue driving down the road and I deliver the pizza, and by this time the people that I was delivering to were actually outside their house as well, you know, just staring at the person who was delivering their pizza laying on their horn while surrounded by 2 German Shepherds. It was probably a strange sight, to say the least. It was a pretty interesting situation, and luckily I haven't had to reenact this in any way, shape, or form since then. You know, it's just been the normal dogs barking at you and sometimes walking out of the house and, you know, sniffing at you and then just like giving you a weird look and then going back inside. But yeah, no, if you see dogs or something outside of someone's house, you know, as a pizza delivery person, you probably are going to want to try and find the owner of it, you know, let them know that their animal is outside. But I guess this was a bad idea doing it to do 2 German Shepherds, you know. I've done it for cats, I've done it for other, like, really small dogs, but 2 German Shepherds, I guess, is a little bit too much. So I guess to end it off, if there are any aspiring delivery people out listening to this episode right now, if you see 2 German Shepherds walking out in front of the middle of some person's yard at 10 o'clock at night, well, just don't do anything, okay? It's not worth it, okay? Only the best advice here, don't get yourself attacked by dogs, the end. Thank you everyone so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit that like button, and if you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. I would love a new addition to the Snake Army. If you enjoyed my content and want to see more of it, I have yesterday's video playing on screen right now, so go ahead and click it and you can be taken right to that so you can view it right there. And if you hate my stuff and want to check out someone who's better, well, I have 3 options down here below. You have Chubb, Soron, and Supoz. They're all really great guys. They do really good stuff. You might as well check them out. They do really good stuff. Let them know I sent you. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter so you can help make decisions for future videos. And with that being said, guys, I will see you on the next one. Whiplash signing out.